live. That's how it happens. That quick, right here on a Sunday. Welcome in. Not only this Sunday, every Sunday. A little bit late, but right at 6 Eastern. Welcome in, everybody. NAWA 1990 still on the menu as we still make our way through this this promotion. On deck this week, we got September 15th, 90, followed by September 22nd from 1990. Super fun promotion so far. We got the stud stable running rampant over the Carolinas right now. One of my favorite variations of the stud stable. You got Fuller, you got Matt Bourne, you got the Nasty Boys. Pretty fucking cool. Faces right now Ricky Steamboat in the middle of NWA World Heavyweight Championship in '89 and going back to the World Wrestling Federation in '91. Pretty unique spot he's in. He's in a stable basically with Paul Jones. You got a young Ken Shamrock going by Vince Lombardi, I think. Probably butchering that, but Ken Shamrock's here. It's crazy. It's a really fun promotion. Welcome in, everybody. I see a lot of fun folks coming through right now. I need to get the chat up here so I can pull these up on the screen. How about that? Welcome in, everybody. I am working on a brand new video, and if you look right there in the chat, you can see that I've got my membership link in there. If you do become a member here, you get early access to any kind of new content that I publish like that. The new video is going to be a Brian Pillman video. So yeah, get ready for that. But yeah, please. And you would also help out the channel here at Wrestle Plunge. But who came in here tonight so far? We got, oh yeah, it's me coming through. Still need to plug this in. Boom. Let's see if this works. See if it's working. There we go. Very IQ Wrestling Show. Appreciate that. It's me, Plastastic, coming through. Dave's channel in the house here. Real government name came through earlier. Without further ado, let's jump in here. Let's get it. Let's go. Let me get the sound cranked up here. September 15th, 1990. Oh. What is it? Ranger Roscoe, let's bring us in here. Looks like the, okay. I thought the sound was like, out the gate, but no. Still be open. Man, I love those Tennessee studs. I feel like the opening's a little different. They're spotting the names up now. The stars here. And Ranger Roscoe. Ollie Mathis, welcome in.
Hello everyone and welcome to South Atlantic.
And you know, right there, yeah, cheers. Merry Christmas, everyone. It's going to be Christmas this Thursday. Fun week, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Christmas.
Wrestling, I'm Ted Webb.
And speaking of the devil, Vince Torelli. I called him Lombardi. That his name is definitely not Vince Lombardi. Vince Torelli, a.k.a. Ken Shamrock.
A pleasure to introduce a man who is going to be making his debut as our color commentator tonight, the sensational young talent of the North American Wrestling Association, Mr. Vince Torelli.
Thank you, Ted. I'm glad to be here to watch some of these exciting matches.
Well, we've got Steve Lombardi, right? The Brooklyn Brawler. I don't know what I was thinking.
Some great ones. You're going to be seeing the Nasty Boys in action. You're going to be seeing Maniac Nasties. Matt Bourne teaming up with his newest stablemate, and that, of course, is. I mean, I'm a little concerned about him joining the stable, Vince.
Well, you know, they look for the worst in everybody, and I guess they found some worst in Luther.
Also in action today, the American Bulldogs are going to be in action. It's a great program. Let's go to the ring. You ready for action?
I'm excited. Let's go. Let's do it now.
Here we go. Get through this song.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's 180 pounds. Tested today, Vince, because these guys here are rough and tough. And
wasn't Arn Anderson and Larry Sabisco called in
well? We talked about Chris Chavis wanting the belts. These guys here have beaten the Nasty Boys on TV, so psychologically that's got to get them pumped up, knowing that they can win this title.
Yeah, you know, the difference between these two tag teams is that the Bulldogs have a lot more years together than the Enforcers here.
No doubt about it, and you'll be able to see that too in some of the fluid movement. And there you see Rex in the ring.
Very
right
Tony
now,
trying
to get this crowd going. The Enforcers.
Ken Shamrock. These shows have been fun. These have been real fun. Of course, second promotion we've done an entire year of. Well, then again, I keep saying that, and we are not doing an entire year of this. We started in May, I want to say. Something like that. So it's not an entire year, but it's a lot of the year here of NAWA, which is really sweet. But we did CWA, Memphis, 89 before this, and then jumped to some different states, just a year later.
They just afraid of what they might do in the ring that might embarrass them, so they put that mask on to make them more secure.
Well, the enforcers right now being talked to by Byron Richard, your referee for this event. And the enforcer, of course, complaining to Byron Richard that hair was used. We saw it on the monitor right here that there was no hair. Boy, now you talk about power.
Yeah, he just kind of just pushed him back there like paper.
Well, I'll tell you, it's amazing because these guys here have shown, they've demonstrated week
usually
after
have some
week how
really
strong
green
they are.
Well, the two of them are very strong. They're in the gym all the time, and I see them pushing 500
people are trying to push.
in military pressing somewhere around 315. That's real strong.
And you know the thing, Vince, these guys are young guys. They're young, relatively new to professional wrestling, but they're hungry.
Yeah, they got that hunger.
You're going to be seeing an action War Eagle Chris Chavis today. Dan Grundy, the Maniac Matt Bourne, and Luther D. The American Bulldogs right now taking advantage of every minute they get on national television to send a message to the Nasty Boys. Enforcer number one in the ring.
That's funny.
Barring that arm and then coming down with a thunderous elbow.
I know. I remember the old Pat Patterson.
You know, that puts a
rumors, right?
tremendous amount of pressure on the dorsal sac
Pat
and
Patterson probably
results in
took advantage
severe
of
injury to many
a lot of
guys that make this a profession.
That's where your training comes in, is
Dan Grundy,
taking
that's
those and,
right.
learn
Get
how to
ready for
protect
Dan.
yourself. If you don't, that arm could get broke very easily.
Rex, American Bulldog Rex is in there making the tag right now with Spike off the ropes. We've seen this before.
Okay.
Nice boot to the face.
We're just throwing
And the
karate
enforcers
into the
right
mix
now
now.
not doing much enforcing in the ring, as this one so far belongs to the Bulldogs. Basically what we're seeing right now is the supply of oxygen being cut down to the brain, the blood and oxygen, as well as oxygen is carried in the blood.
Yeah, if he's in that hole too long, he'll
Gary
lose
Wolf.
conscious, and that'll
Gary
result
Wolf is
in the pin.
famous for one thing, and that's
But,
the
he
Shane
let go of
Douglas
the hold.
story
There he got
on
out.
WCW.
Tag is made. The legal man in the ring right now is Rex. Knee lift. Beautiful knee lift. These guys do work well as a team, and they
But
have
I've enjoyed the
improved.
Bulldogs,
I remember the
Pitbull's
first time
work
I
here
saw
in
them in
the-
action,
in AWA.
and compared to now, I'll tell you, the progress they've made is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Little eye exam.
Seems
with
like
a
they've
little-
abandoned
little
that shoulder breaker move that was freaking so good. I loved that move. That should have been their finisher. And I don't even think they do it at all anymore.
back rub being applied by the enforcer. Rex right now stunned, but not stunned enough. Nice arm drag. Going back to that arm, applying the pressure.
He's playing possum there.
You know, a lot of folks don't understand some of the psychology that is involved in professional wrestling, in professional sports, period, but particularly in wrestling and in boxing, where a man may look like he's wounded, but he's not.
No, it's a way of catching your breath and also catching a man off guard.
Take a couple of licks, it's worth it, because right after that,
Slow her
boom, you're
down
back
here,
in business.
Daddy. Take a breather, pal.
Dorothy Thompson writing us a nice letter.
Slow down,
She says
kid.
her favorites, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Vince Torelli. She watches us all the time in Sumter, South Carolina.
Well, thank you, Dorothy. It's good to have you with our show.
You're watching the American Bulldogs in action right now. Into the ring goes Spike. They're tangling right now with the enforcers. And so far, enforcer is not doing much enforcing at this particular moment. Nice kick. That's a bit of something he picked up in the Orient. You can tell these guys have worked in the Orient.
Yeah, that's something
it's been
different.
good
He
there.
does it very effectively.
Nice little old-fashioned mule kick, they used to call it in the
Oh, I
old
do
days.
love the
Yeah,
road
those
work.
mules kick pretty hard.
Extremely hard. Spread the word.
But I do know
South
also what
Atlantic
you're
Wrestling
talking
is
about, what
coming
you're
to your
saying.
neighborhood.
It would have been
Please
very
watch
frustrating
your
working with the
television
road
and check your
warriors.
local newspapers and radio stations for details. We want to come to your neighborhood. We want to spread the word that when you see the
I don't know why
seal
these
of the
guys
North
never really
American
got a
Wrestling
shot.
Association, you are assured of
What's
the
up, Chris?
finest
Welcome
in
in.
professional wrestling.
With this
If
whole
I'm
here,
not-
Ted, that
I think that the Pitbulls got a dark match for WWF, but it never went anywheres, and I might even be making that up if I'm going to be honest. I'm gonna
One of the Bulldogs is putting on one of the enforcers there is it's separating his shoulders, his arm from his shoulder, and puts a great amount of pressure on his shoulder and arm area.
And I tell you, with the muscular conformation that Spike possesses, that's got to be quite a bit of pressure that's being applied there.
Let's see.
Very strong men, these Bulldogs.
Oh yeah, you got to be to stay with the South American wrestling here. It's just in order to keep up with the competition that's coming in this area, you've got to train hard in the ring and outside the ring. You can't let down, or next thing you know, you're going to be getting beat all the time. So you really got to get out there and work hard, on and out.
And man, the level of competition has certainly improved here over the last couple of months.
Yes, sirree.
Actually, at this point, so this is 90. It says here that they made a brief appearance in WWF in '89. Jobbing to the Hart Foundation, Brainbusters, the Fabulous Rougeau Brothers. And then later in 98, they had another WWF run. They wrestled the Headbangers on August 24th, 98 on an episode of Shotgun Saturday Night. I need to find that. Oh, no, taped as a dark match or for the TV taping around the time of SummerSlam where they lost. They were, this was during a tryout period, but they didn't get signed long term. Gary Wolf later mentioned issues like creative differences, which is, just maybe they weren't happy with what they were trying to do with them, right? There were ECW icons through the mid-90s feuding with Team Yada Yada. So, I mean, yeah, they even got a tryout, but it sounds like they couldn't come to an agreement.
The ring at the same time, and definitely a little Hoover vacuum cleaning there. Bulldogs. They cleared the ring, Vince.
They're really hungry for them belts, and right now they're sending out the message to the Nasty Boys and whoever else wants to tag. They're going after those belts, Ted.
I tell you, it is a pleasure having you at ringside, Mr.
Tag
Ray.
champs.
I have admired your performances in the ring, and I can tell you that your performance at the ringside tonight is one that merits great credit.
Oh, thank you, Ted. It's just great to be here and be able to watch some of these exciting matches.
Ted Webb.
It puts a different kind of view on
Double
things.
D, double B, Ted Webb.
The forces right now are trying to check out the ringside area to see if there's any seats available. Sorry, fellas, sold out.
These Bulldogs are just really giving these two enforcers here a tag team lesson.
Byron Richard with a count. Byron Richard, a recent survey of North American Wrestling Association referees came out with the highest grading of 99.6. That says quite a bit about your refereeing.
Oh yeah, you got to be there. This is not an easy thing for a referee. There's a lot of things out there you got to know.
Well, as they say, the ring has 4 corners and the ref only has 2 eyes.
That's right. There's a lot of things that go on out there the refs can't catch all the time.
You will see that he is quick to start the count and let you know that if you don't make it out by the time
back they go into wrestling.
Oh yeah, that's the way it should be.
They were even wrestling at 89. Because, I mean, you can tell they're not.
Byron
You can tell they're young, but they still.
5th man in the ring in this case. You're seeing the American Bulldogs in action. Men on a mission. The North American Tag Team titles. That's what they'd like to wear around their waist.
They're getting there, Ted. They're getting there.
Got him up for
You'll become the Poodles. Think about it.
And this is going to be that power slam. Oh, shoulder buster. Got him into that shoulder buster.
That hurts, Ted. That hurts.
I still remember the first time I saw that applied by Bob Roop, the former Olympian. Greco-Roman wrestler who wrestled in the 1968 Olympics. No one did it better. Got him into that suplex.
Beautiful.
I mean, you're not just talking about your weight, but you're talking about the weight of your opponent that's coming square down. And right now, the enforcer.
Tag is made there.
Much the worse for wear. Spike the legal Bulldog in the ring. You got to hand it to these guys. They're fluid. They keep most of the action in their corner. They stay fresh.
That's the ticket, Ted. To tagging off there to keep each other fresh.
And I'll tell you, if you want to wrestle, they'll wrestle. If you want to go downtown, they'll go downtown with you.
Yes, sir.
Watch this. You, as a former football player, certainly know what a goal line stand is.
Yeah, they've abandoned that double team shoulder blade.
Let's take a look at this again one more time on a slow motion instant replay, and you will see a guy being stopped dead cold at the goal line as the American Bulldogs post another victory on South Atlantic Wrestling. Vince, describe the action.
Well, right here, he shoots him into the ropes. As he's hitting the rope, he shoots his partner over the top rope, which gives him more velocity. And when he hits the guy, he hits him right square in the chin. And out go the lights. The party's over.
Don't go away. The stud stick.
guys here. Luther D,
Yeah,
I want to bring you in here again and tell you right off the
Stable
bat
emojis
how glad
in
we
the
are to
chat.
have you in the stable, that you got a flawless win record. You're doing real good.
Dude, the
What we do wanna
Nasties
do,
were stiff
just
as
like you see, North American Championship hanging over my shoulder here. You see that these
We're gonna get a
gentlemen right
Nasties
here,
match here
also
in this
down in the
first
belt,
episode.
baby. The Nasty Boys. Our objectives are almost reached, but not quite. We need just a little bit more out of you over there. What you need to do, you got to get a little more aggressive. You got to get in there a little bit, get more aggressive. You got to
This
do
is
a
dude they
little pulling
signed
and turning
last
and pushing,
week.
baby. You know what I'm talking
It
about?
was
What
terrible.
you need to do, take a lesson from what you see right here on
My
this
God,
shirt.
these
What
are the
you
worst
read when you
clothes
look
I've
at
ever
that shirt
seen.
there, boy.
Put that as a short.
You find out it's nasty, boy. That's what we're talking about. We want to
TikTok
get
game,
nasty. What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to reach our objectives now. And what the objectives are is a long time ago when Paul Jones decided he's going to stick his nose in our business. He was going to then become the man of the hour.
You don't have to worry about Paul Jones. I don't care what it takes. I'll wait out in the parking lot for Paul Jones. I'll wait out the street in front of his house for Paul Jones. I'll take your guitar and I'll bust your guitar right over his head if I got to.
Don't do it. Did you hear that? Right
Don't
there?
do it.
Did you
Don't do
hear
it.
that?
Don't do it.
We're talking aggressive. What do we think about the Bulldogs, boys?
You don't worry about the Bulldogs because we're going to take it out just for the stud stable itself. And whatever we do to the Bulldogs is all for you, stud. There's nothing.
Let me tell you something, Robert. You two measly mutts are orphan around the ring. You're going to be eating your teeth just because we're so nasty, right, Robert? I want him to sound a little bit like old Bud back on the farm, boys. I want him to yap a little bit instead of all that oof, oof, oof we've been hearing. You getting in on this? You getting in on this, boy? You got to get in on this. You got to get right with it.
I'm my own man. Don't call me boy.
I didn't mean it.
Okay.
It's a figure of speech.
Okay.
Listen,
Okay.
don't be so uptight, all right? Don't be so uptight.
Hey, Robert.
What we want to do.
What you want to do? You know what I'd like to do? I'd like you to sing a song for us and all these people out here. Can you do that for us? I hold that championship.
Well, they're all cheering, man. I guess they're ready for it, don't you?
Do it for us.
Here. They should all stand up. What do you think about Steamboat? What do you think about Ricky Steamboat?
What do I think about Ricky Steamboat? I think he's a no good slant-eyed son of a... Yeah, you know what I mean.
What do you think about Indian
You know
Charlie?
what? Take that in and I'll stick those feathers where the sun don't shine. I don't have to say no more about that. Come on, sing us a song.
I'm about to, boys. Y'all dance. We are the champs. We're the champs. Right in here. It's knowing that your door is always open and your
shit.
path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up in stacks behind me.
The color being off makes it look like he's like.
You're a champion singer. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words or bonds, or the ink stains that have dried upon some line. It keeps you on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, till I see your gentle on my mind. Did you get that, redneck? Did you get that, redneck? You stupid couch potato! We're gonna be reaching objectives. People are gonna get hurt. Stud Stable's gonna own NAWA Wrestling. Mark the
Wrestling.
word. Yeah!
That was awesome. This is a great stud stable.
Attention all high school band and athletic...
What happened with the Bob Orton thing? That never really panned out to anything. It didn't really make a lot of sense because Orton's a heel as well. He would fit the stud stable. I don't know. That was strange.
Civic groups, police, and fire departments put the power of America's #1 fundraiser, professional wrestling, and this television station to work for you. That's right. You can raise funds for your group or organization by bringing the stars of South Atlantic Wrestling to your hometown. For more info, call area code 704-362-2994 or send a self-addressed stamped envelope to South Atlantic Wrestling, P.O. Box 221269, Charlotte 28222. Stay tuned for more info on South Atlantic Wrestling coming to your area. Family from Her Majesty's Court, Jacko Victory.
His color's crazy.
People, a lot of you people came up to me last week and said, where's your partner, Rip Morgan? What are you guys breaking up? No, the royal family's not breaking up. You know, when you do a job and you do a job real good, you deserve a little time off. Rip Morgan happens to be one of the toughest, meanest, stinkingest wrestlers in this territory right now. So I said, Rip, why don't you go and jump on a plane, take a little time off, go to New Zealand, visit your family, and I'll take care of business right here. Now later on today,
I bet so too, Dave.
later on today, I'm going to dedicate this one for you, Rip. And I'm going to teach this boy the
You're welcome in.
You're trying to tell me that the
Not that
reports
Chris
that we read
Benoit,
in the
welcome in
newspapers
also
and some
over
magazines
on
of a
Twitch.
possible split up of the royal family
And,
are
welcome
grossly
in Galactic
exaggerated
Wrestling
jackal fiction?
Federation.
Like I said, Mr. TV announcer, and I use that Mr. very loosely, Rip Morgan
What's that supposed
deserves
to be, bud?
some time off. The royal family's in full strength. Now getting to the North American territory, there's a lot of things heating up here. Ladies and gentlemen, sit in your tables, sit at your tables, pop some beer, watch your TV, because there's a lot of things heating up here. And when it all clears, the royal family's gonna be standing right there. And boys, we go every day to the offices of the North American Wrestling, and we throw contracts down, and everybody's running, hiding. We don't want to wrestle the royal family. We don't want to do this. Well, pretty soon, it's going to be time in a place very soon that you're going to have to face the royal family.
Now, are you insinuating that perhaps the NAWA Tag Team Champions, the Nasty Boys, have been trying to stay out of your way?
It don't matter if it's the Nasty Boys, the Bulldogs, the Stunt Stable, the royal family's coming at you.
I don't really like they just cut them off. I don't really like the royal family or Jack Victor doing this talk. I only like him in ECW with Carino when he really wasn't wrestling. I'm not a fan of his in the ring. Tatanka, damn, I didn't cut out his music. Tatanka's coming through. Let's go. Dan Grundy, baby.
Grundy's a guy that
Oh, y'all coming through at the right fucking
now, but
time.
originally
It's a
from
Dan
Chicago
Grundy,
and a
baby.
diehard Chicago Bear fan, and you certainly have to
terrible.
compare the tactics
Very
he
fun to
employs in the
watch.
ring as those of the Bears, the monsters.
He's
of the
mediocre. There's been worse on here for sure.
He's definitely a big guy. Just look
See
at
what
him.
Tatanka can
Chris
do with him.
himself is a huge man, and the two of them look like they're going to be a pretty good
Pretty
match here,
Tatanka.
Ted.
I'll tell you what, I like Chris Chavis a lot, Vinny. We've talked about him
like the high
over
spot
and over and
gimmick that
over
him and
again,
Corey
and the
did.
tremendous improvements that he has made. And I can tell you that it's just a matter of time before he gets a
Not
lucky
too
break.
often. I think he debuts in late
is wearing a
92,
strap.
mid 92, something.
If not
If
the
I'm not, I think it's
NAWA
later
Heavyweight
92.
Championship, perhaps one half of the
Tatanka
tag team
comes in.
title.
Oh, yeah, just look at him. He's a specimen. He trains in gym hard. He works hard in the ring also, Ted. And somewhere down the line, he's going to get his chance.
Crazy.
And when preparation meets opportunity, that's what you have.
Grundy, a guy that doesn't mind bending the rules from here to here. In fact, there you see him being blocked, and into the corner he goes, and tomahawk shot right across the throat.
Oh, he's mastered
Ken
that.
Shamrock on
that
commentary
tomahawk
this
chop
week
there.
with Ted Webb, WWB.
Got him up for a body slam, and you know that Grundy's no little guy.
Strong man. That
Y'all seen
Chris
Tatanka's kids
Grundy,
or
an
kind of
excellent
get
ring
looked at
general
WWE?
going
It's been a while
outside
since I
right
saw
now.
that.
That little breather that you talk about, Vinny.
Well, you know,
I'm
you may not
interested.
like the tactics of some of these guys, but you know, whatever it takes to win, you know, I don't approve, but the NAWA does have rules, and obviously these guys are somewhere in a line of staying within those rules. And, you know, what can we say?
Dan Grundy wearing the black trunks and the purple War Eagle, and you saw a picture of some of his fans that have come out here today to cheer him on. They are behind him 100%. There's Grundy paying attention to what was happening outside the ring, finds himself in a side headlock. This is a powerfully built man, and you can tell that it takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in the gym to look like this, doesn't it, Vince?
Yes, it's you know, with professional wrestling, it's not just in the ring. You know, you gotta get in there and learn the wrestling and do all that other stuff it takes. But you know, you also on your off time, man, there's no rest with press wrestling. You're going 24 hours a day.
Ted Webb and Vince Torelli ringside. South Atlantic Wrestling, the best in professional wrestling. When you see the seal of the North American Wrestling Association, you know that you're in tune to the best.
This Chris is really giving Grundy here working over.
Yeah, Grundy won't have to go see the chiropractor after this match, I'll tell you.
Hello.
There shows some of that inexperience of the War Eagle, Chris Chavis.
Come in, dead
That
palm.
savvy ring general led him to believe that he was hurt worse than he was, and then moved when that big elbow came down. And a thunderous forearm to the back of the head.
Well, Van Grundy's a big man, and we lays those forearms in there. They hurt.
You know, they say that when you talk about the difference between a punch of a light heavyweight and a heavyweight, they say that a heavyweight's jab is equivalent to a light heavyweight's punch.
Yes, sir, Ted. With those lightweights, they throw so many punches that 10 of them knock you out, but a heavyweight hits you with one, you go down.
Good night, Irene. Turn off the lights, the party's over.
And these guys are heavyweights.
No doubt about it. War Eagle tipping the scales at between 260 and 270. Nice sunset flip has Grundy. 1-2. Grundy powering out.
Fat as fuck.
Your referee for this event is Ron Hanna. You know, we got to thank the crew, Vinny, because they've done a tremendous job. Look at this. You are in the ring with those guys.
Oh, you feel the blows.
You are there. You don't just hear them.
There's a lot worse than Grundy on it, for sure.
You're there sitting in your living room watching this, and you, my friend, are placed right smack dab in the middle of the ring. There's that forehead into the turnbuckle. And even though the turnbuckle is padded, there's steel underneath those babies.
Yes, sir. Well, you know, Grundy's got Chris here on the back, walking back on his heels. But, you know, Chris is a strong man, and I don't. He's going to have to do a lot more to him than this.
Well, you just saw Chris War Eagle Chavis finding the solution, the antidote to getting his head rammed into the turnbuckle. Let's see if Grundy knows an antidote.
Like we were talking earlier about playing possum, you know, sometimes you just don't know when.
Wow. He landed on that knee.
Almost stuck him on his face that time.
He really did. Grundy may be stunned, but that knee is hurting, and there he goes into that war dance.
Uh-oh.
And we all know that it's just a matter of time when you see the War Eagle go into the war dance before he goes to the big one, the crucifix suplex, as you call it.
Heard that one.
The throat, Dan Grundy.
That's very effective, Ted. That chop is something else.
Man, I'll tell you, it's you know, you could feel it from here, and there he goes. He's got him up there in position for that crucifix suplex. And here
Drop. Oh, that should be it.
260 pounds. He hooks the legs. This match belongs to the War Eagle.
Making his way up the ranks in NWA. Always picking up the victory.
On his way to the title.
Chris is Chavis, the War Eagle, is definitely on his way. He's a powerhouse.
Let's take a look at this one on slow motion instant replay. Describe the action, Vinny.
Well, he picks him up here in a rack, and as you watch, when he goes back, his whole body lands on his rib cage and his stomach area, which basically knocks the man out. Watch this. All of his weight right there. Look at that.
Wow.
On a normal man, Ted, that would break his ribs.
No doubt about that. More action will continue as the Maniac Matt Bourne is next on the menu. This is South Atlantic Wrestling with Ted Webb and Vince
Oh shit!
Torelli.
I fucking got through that song. These songs, and then after when I do the stream, it's whatever. Like all it does is like it gives me the option to actually cut the songs out. It doesn't really matter, but still, I don't want to risk it being one that's gonna like really try to fuck me up and give a hard strike. All right, I don't remember. Luther D. This dude is horrible. In my shorts or TikToks, my latest one is one of his. It's from last week's episode. Holy shit. The worst clothesline I've ever seen. Let's see what we get here. This is going to be interesting. Hopefully it's going to be clippable. And him and Matt Bourne.
From Dallas, Texas.
Teaming up.
Weighing in at 245 pounds.
Luther D.
It's the team. We've seen them for a little desert.
Weighing in at 230 pounds.
What we got
David
here?
Isley.
David Isley.
Weighing in at 228 pounds. Bo Reagan.
There you have it, the Carolina connection of David
Reagan.
Isley and
Bo
Bo
Reagan doesn't know
North
what
and
he's
South
doing.
Carolina represented. I am interested in seeing how Luther
He's
D
trying
and
out
Maniac
something new.
Matt Bourne work as a team.
Still trying to figure himself
I know
out.
several weeks ago we saw
many different tag
Maniac
partners.
Matt Bourne teaming up with Cowboy Bob Orton.
Luther
and
D.
the
Let's pay
chemistry
attention to
just
Luther
wasn't
D.
there,
I'm
Vince.
telling you right now.
No, well, you know, Maniac Matt Bourne is, you know, with the stud stable, they only watch after their own, and since he's part of the stud stable, they might just work together, you know.
Well, you saw Maniac Matt Bourne giving a little instruction to Luther D, wanting him to get very aggressive against Bo Reagan. Reagan's a great competitor, teamed up with you on many matches, and I'll tell you, memorable moments in wrestling.
Hey, he's got a great amateur background, and he does very well here in the pro.
Okay. Somehow that's better than last week's clothesline, but that was still
He's got a great amateur background, and he does very well here in the pro. He's outstanding. He knows where he's
last
going.
week he fell down when he threw that clothesline. He fell down and the dude
giving up
fell
a weight
down.
advantage to Luther D, but I certainly believe
thanks.
that
I
the
appreciate
speed
that.
advantage is on his side.
Yeah,
And strength is about even.
Yes, I would say that. I'd say that this would be quite
We're
a
back in a time
competition
machine right now. We're in
Both
1990.
wrestlers in a test of strength,
Carolina.
checking each other for
That's where he
leverage
said
and
we were
balance.
at exactly.
And
Usually in
don't
South
count
Carolina or
Bo Reagan
North
out
Carolina.
Oh, beautiful.
yet. Don't count Bo Reagan out yet. I've seen him in action too many times to say that this one, was a
Bo
loss.
Reagan ain't that bad. He's not
Whoa,
great.
I tell you, Vince.
Yeah, he's got the drive. He wants to win, Ted.
This
And of
dude,
course,
Luther
Matt
D
Bourne
is
going
like-
into the ring to give some assistance to Luther D. Nor would it surprise me if other members of the Stud stable would
good
be
for
somewhere
us.
within
Me personally.
listening
He's
distance.
hilarious.
No, Ted, they are. If anything
fun
goes
doing
wrong
stuff like
here,
this.
I'd hate to see what happens.
Oh my God, dude! What is? He should. I think that's all. He only knows how to throw a clothesline, and he has no clue how also to throw.
Or
a
if anything
clothesline.
goes wrong here,
Watch this again.
I'd hate to see what happens.
I guess that's his shoulder tackle.
If anything goes wrong here,
Oh my God.
I'd hate to see what happens.
Jesus Christ!
This Luther D's a big guy, Vince.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
We're
he's
getting
real
tied
big.
up here right now. Matt Bourne's on the apron. Like,
This
what
Luther
the
D's
fuck
a
is
big
happening?
guy, Vinny.
Reagan's like,
Yeah,
I
he's
can
real big.
I'm gonna fucking hurt
Well,
you.
the stud stable tries to pick the best out of everywhere, to make their team stronger. But, Ted, there's one thing wrong with that, is that righteous rules. Somewhere along the line, it will overcome the stud stable, I believe.
Last
That's
week,
how you
Paul
do it.
Jones
You gotta learn.
occupying the same seat you're sitting in right now. We were talking about the offer made to you by the Stud Stable, and I said I have to
that's
respect
rough.
Vince Torelli because I saw the contract, I saw the figures, Vinny.
Yeah.
It was staggering, and let's face it, it's going to be a while before you're able to put that kind of money into your bank account. But you put your friendship, your pride,
Isley can work
and you
now.
put
Isley
your
did some
morals
jobs on
above
TV. I've
anything
seen him
else.
in both
Ted,
WWF and
I was taught from Paul
WCW.
Jones, and Paul Jones is
Around this
an
time.
excellent teacher, and he's done changed his ways
There we
to
go.
the,
Let's
to
get
the other
Bourne
side
in
here.
here.
And with
Bourne will-
the money that they offer,
Bourne
I'm
will
not going to
fuck
sell
it
out
up.
my fans or my manager or my family or myself. Money just doesn't mean that much if I've got to win it that way.
Well, you can see a little friction here between Luther D and Maniac Matt Bourne. Bourne obviously not pleased with the amount of punishment that Luther D was applying and said, this is how you do it, see?
Oh, yeah.
He's
Give him
like,
the
this is how
credit.
you
He said,
do
"Now
it."
you try it. Now you try it. It's like a mama eagle trying to teach her little nest how to go out hunting for food.
Well, I hate to see this Luther go that way, but everybody's has got their own opportunity to go where they want to go, Ted.
Somehow I get the feeling this guy is a loose cannon, so to speak, his own man.
He's a loose
And,
cannon. This guy?
If I were Maniac Matt Bourne, I would not be pressing my
This
luck.
dude
The
that's
tag is
been,
made, and Bo Reagan is now the
we've been
official
seeing for the
man in
last
ring,
2 weeks, Ted.
applying the pressure on that left arm.
Yeah, they're really taking charge of this. Luther had him on top, and he made the tag, and here comes Bo Reagan. Oh,
Boy, Bo looked like he was ready for some desert duty with that outfit he came in.
oh, hey, with the colors, Ted, some wrestlers wear up bright colors because it colors make your mood. And some wrestlers, they wear those colors out there, and it gives them a little more fire. It's been proven that colors will change the mood.
They don't want to cheat. He ain't fitting in with the stud
boy.
stable. Let's just put it that
We
way.
might have a little problem here in the ring. Luther D
Ain't fitting in with
refused
the
to
stud
uncork
stable.
on Bo Reagan. Bo broke loose.
We
and
know what's
caught
going on here. We've
Maniac
seen
Matt
this before.
Bourne. And knowing the Maniac like we know him,
Something's going to happen,
yeah,
Ted.
something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Tag is made. Matt Bourne raking the eyes of Bo Reagan. Getting out of the ring perhaps a bit prematurely to Matt Bourne's liking is Luther D. There's that big foot to the midsection. That takes the wind right out of you.
Oh, yeah.
Reagan looks like he's got a lot of fight, and he's upset Matt Bourne.
No give up in that Bo Reagan.
I know he's a wild
people in
wild
Roseville,
dude.
North Carolina,
He is a
for
loose
watching our
cannon.
show.
He's a
Lynn Adams and
unpredictable
his wife,
fellow,
and the people
even
at the gym.
before his
Thanks
death.
for watching.
All right, we also want to say hello to Richard Beelan, who is with People Against Drugs and AIDS Infections in South Carolina and in North Carolina.
There's something
Parents
about
for
that
a Drug-Free
unpredictability in
Youth.
wrestling.
John Crowell, who joined us in the show last
That's
week,
fun to watch.
and a man instrumental in Project Grad,
this guy
which
fucking
certainly has
crazy?
helped the youngsters of both North and South Carolina.
That's great, Ted.
Matt Bourne firing away, and David Isley begging to make the tag. Referee for this event, Byron Richard. He's got his hands full. I'll tell you, anytime the Maniac is in there, Bo Reagan is
Yeah,
showing that there's
Reagan's
still a lot of
not-
gasoline left in that system.
Yeah, he's going for it.
Nice drop
kick. Caught him square on the
He just
face.
can't find himself. I
Well,
mean,
you know,
he's
you got to give credit where credit's
too.
due. This Matt Bourne, he doesn't have any give up in him either, so you got to kind of watch him because he could pop back any time.
No doubt about it. He could take a lot of punishment. We talk about how brutal and sadistic he is in the ring. One thing we should
watched him for
mention
a
is
few
the guy
months
can
now.
take his share of a licking and come back ticking, full strength.
Yes, sir. We don't
constant
approve of his tactics and ways, but he's a winner,
Oh,
Ted.
shit.
Well, you saw David Isley trying an ill-attempted drop kick,
fucked up
fell and hurt
That's
himself.
it. He's gonna
and
put
finds
him out
himself
right
now
here.
the victim of the
Oh,
Cobra.
no.
The Cobra, the Python, depending
Putting
on where
him
you're
out.
at, they call it differently. It's a variation, an oriental variation of the sleeper hole. Professor Toro Tanaka, perhaps the best proponent of this 20 years ago. This match is all over. This match is all over.
Oh, boy.
This match belonging right now to Luther D. and to Maniac Matt Bourne. Oh, I'll tell you what, these guys are tough, Vinny.
He's not gonna
Yes, sir. You can
last very long with these guys.
you can tell right now that
I don't know what
this is
the
going to
stud
be a
stable.
formidable combination. Luther D. and the Maniac Matt Bourne victorious right now. And the newest member of the stud stable needed a little bit of prodding. He certainly was not responding.
Victory and Tom. Oh, dude, I thought it said Tony Atlas. I got excited. Tom Atlas. I was like, they got Tony Atlas. Hell yeah.
Atlantic Wrestling.
I think Tony Atlas is, what is he, homeless at this point? Is this
going to be
before?
well, a couple of fellas
Right
that are-
before he
that are
comes
on
in
the
back
path
into
right
WWF
now
as
looking
Samba
for
Simba?
a shot at the North
The story
American
that Vince,
Wrestling Association
got him
Tag
off
Team
like the-
Championship,
off the streets
and we're
with
talking, of course, about Spike and Rex, better known as the American Bulldogs.
How you doing, Ted?
Well, I'm doing fantastic, gentlemen. You know, we certainly are. We are following your career very carefully and know that it's just a matter of time before you get the break. You've beaten the Nasty Boys on national television. You know you can do it. Your fans know you can do it. Your fans want you to do it, and I know you want to do it.
That's right, Ted. We've been waiting for this a long time. We've been preparing ourselves, and the only problem is, you see, the Nasty Boys underestimate us. We can beat them, and now that we got this title fight, we're going to do the best we can, and we got these great fans behind us. Yeah!
Rex, you got
That's
to
a
be
good question,
extremely
not-
excited
not
about
that
this
crystal
opportunity
ball.
to go into the record books and being titled
Are there any
a
other,
champion.
well, obviously,
That's
that's it.
right,
Are there any
Ted.
other Atlases in
Spike and I
wrestling?
are very
Obviously,
excited
Tom
about it.
would be
But you know
insulted by
something? The Nasty Boys are
on
leaving
my
us with an
statement there,
impression
but
that
any
they feel that they
more
can beat us
famous
at any
ones
time.
outside of Tony?
But we proved on national TV that we beat them 1, 2, 3 in the center of the ring, and that was no fluke. Now, Nasty Boys, you're not only facing the Bulldogs, you're facing all these fans because they're right behind us, 100%. So it looks like to me you're outnumbered, Nasty Boys, because the more people we got out there behind us, the more support we got, and that makes it 1,000
Right,
to
Ashley?
1.
You know, it's noted that when you wear the championship belt, there is prestige,
Every Sunday at
there
6,
is money.
we do this
But
right
something
here,
tells me
watching
that the
NWA
Bulldog
until we
quest for the
finish it up.
title goes beyond prestige,
In
and it
September
goes
of
beyond the bounds
90.
of money.
Yeah, that's true, Ted. I mean, look at us. Wouldn't them belts look good on us? Come on.
I must admit that they certainly would.
But you're right. It means a lot more to us than money and prestige. It's pride. Because we pride ourselves in being champions. Our dreams and our goals are set around being champions.
This is
So whether
Omar
it's the
Atlas.
first thing or the last thing we do, we want them belts around our waists. Because it's been a long time. We've been working real hard. So Nasty Boys, polish them belts up. Because the Bulldogs and all these fans are going to take them belts from you.
We'll be right back.
Should I know Omar Atlas, or are you just
Ladies and
bullshit?
gentlemen, your next exciting match on the evening, weighing in at 277 pounds, from the Queen's Court, one half of the royal family, it's Jacko Victory.
Well, after talking to Jacko Victory, he dispelled the rumors that there had been a fallout between he and Rick Morgan. He says that Rick
I feel like
went
this
on
song's
vacation
probably
and he's
safe.
taking it. That remains, of course, to be seen.
Feels like it would be a copyright free one. I've never got hit by
His
this one.
opponent from Columbus, Georgia, weighing in at 225 pounds,
got?
Tom Atlas.
Tom
Tom Atlas. Oh yeah, Tom. Okay, I don't remember the name, but I do remember the dude because he looks like a smaller version of Rick Rude.
He's a good wrestler, also.
Like 1988
Vince
Rick
Torelli and
Rude.
Ted Webb ringside. This is South Atlantic Wrestling. When you see the seal of the North American Wrestling Association, you can take it to the bank, babe. You're going to be seeing the best in professional wrestling, and it's going
Better
to be
than fucking Luther D.
Referee Ron Hanna calling
Okay, there we go. You
Jacko
coming through with
Victory,
some
who I
knowledge.
must
I'm gonna give it
admit
to him.
has not been as impressive as a
badge.
single as he is with his partner Rip Morgan. And they say that sometimes what happens, Vince, is you built up this sense of security, this blanket of having your partner there in the ring, and when things get rough, you can always go make the tag. And in the matches that I've seen him without Rip Morgan, he certainly has had that longing for a partner in the corner, and he hadn't been there.
Yeah, Ted, some of these guys tag team for a period of time. When they get them in a move and they look back, there's no one there.
One half of the Royal family, and what an awesome combination they are. Jacko Victory and Rip Morgan in there against Tom Atlas in the red trunks. Atlas, a great competitor, a guy with 1,000 miles of heart, Vince.
Oh yeah, you know, he's a young kid, and he's trying to break into this, trying to break into the ranks here in the North American Wrestling. And Jacko Victory, of course, we all know is a veteran and been around a long time.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. He's an alley cat. You know, he's had his share of brawls, and not a bad wrestler. Here's a guy that can wrestle, and another guy that you wonder why does he take the shortcut? Why does he have to
Shit heel stuff with the wheelchair. Oh, big crossbody. He really
flying lateral body press.
nice. Okay, yeah. Rick Rude
trying to get momentum
doing
going
all
on his
right.
side.
Well,
Tom Atlas, a.k.a. Mini Rick Rude.
Lots of strength going against a veteran, and with some pretty sly moves, and we're gonna have to see how this one turns out.
277 pounds, Jacko Victory, certainly with a weight advantage. Certainly with
Did you like him with Carino, though?
On his side of the ledger.
Did you like him in ECW in that
We cannot
wrestling?
underscore the fact that he is wrestling as a single and does miss his partner, Rip Morgan. Right about now, he'd be in the corner tagging with Morgan if this were a tag match.
Yes, and also you got to remember also he doesn't have that tag team to where he can tag and get a breather. And here you got this young kid here who's in shape, great shape, Ted. And you know, you never know what happens if he keeps him going for a long period of time. He could pull this one out.
Let's see if endurance or experience is the key factor in this matchup. Well, you can see an example of the strength that Atlas possesses.
That hurt, Ted.
No doubt. You can see Jacko Victory grabbing his jaw. He went face down into the canvas. He goes again.
That's strong, Ted.
Well, I'll tell you what, they'll be calling him Gauguin if he spends much more time on that canvas.
That's the first place I found
ripped his arm out of there.
Yeah, that works not only on the faces you saw him grabbing,
And then
but
later
that
learned
shoulder
about this
side.
one.
Well, there it is, Ted.
That's that lack of experience we were talking about, Vince.
Yep.
And if you could look out there, you will see that that is pure concrete. When Tom Atlas landed out there was no match.
Sure. Oh, here we go. Right on the floor. Punishing Mini Rude.
Full body slam on the concrete. Full body slam, and then a couple of boots on top of that.
He's hurt, Ted.
Yeah, you have to concern yourself right now with the well-being of Tom Atlas, and you can see him clenching his rib cage. You know, people don't realize the punishment that you guys take in night after night after night, and if you're not in the best of physical condition, I'll tell you what, that could be lethal.
Oh, he goes working on that back.
That's the sign of the veteran.
He's picked out a body part, Ted.
The law of the sea. Look for the weak minnow. That's a theory that's applied in football as well, isn't it, Vince?
Yes, sir. You attack the weak spot, and he's definitely created one.
No doubt about it. You saw that Tommy Atlas had grabbed his rib cage, and his back had been hurt, and he right now is stunned.
Miscommunication right there.
Are not what they should be, though I am surprised at the authority that those punches are packing.
He wants to climb up that hill. He's hungry, Ted.
Oh, shit. Monkey flip, all successful.
And he's hooking that leg, but now you're going to have to do a little bit more than that to a veteran like Jacko Victory if you want to get the count of 3.
Imagine if they did it, you know, before Hardcore Holly and Crash Holly did their sort of looking like Holly vibe. This guy,
right on the midsection, and remember he is wrestling with sore ribs right now. And Jacko Victory wasting little time.
Oh.
Wow. rolls him over. 1, 2, 3. This one belongs to Jacko Victory, one half of the royal family from Her Majesty's Court. The winner. Let's take a look at this one on instant replay, on our slow motion instant replay. Vince, if you would be so kind as to describe the action as we're seeing it at home.
Well, you know, he's just worked his lower back over and also the midsection. What he's going to do is a reverse slam him. He's going to get him in a vertical suplex here, and he's going to bring him straight down with his weight and his onto his midsection and his chest, which knocks the air out of here. He rolls over, and 1, 2, 3.
Ronnie Hanna sounding the count of 3, and this one belongs to Jacko Victory. Don't go away. We are going to be in for a treat. A true American hero, Ranger Ross, is up next.
I mean, it's going to be Ross. I thought they said we were going to get the Nasties on this one. It's going to be next week. I mean, the promo with the stunt stable.
Georgia, weighing in at 238 pounds. And at 235 pounds, Mike Rex.
We've seen Mike Rex a time or two before.
Vince, you know, you take a look at a guy that in the Army was the All-Army Wrestling Champion, Greco-Roman, and a guy that is an expert in the martial arts. I mean, this guy could kill you before you could sneeze.
Thank you so much. Good vibes tip jar. Appreciate the hell out of that, Ashy. Thank you so much. Seriously. Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a good holiday.
You know?
Yeah, Ted, he's definitely well equipped.
Main event this week. Yeah, that was.
That's not the only thing. He's got a great personality, and he loves his state.
No doubt about it. Loves his state, loves his country.
Yes, sir.
I'm a big Ranger Ross fan either, from what I've seen in
had the opportunity
WCW.
to be down in Georgia.
It's still not a great promo, but
when they threw a bash honoring him, the VFW, and I tell you what, they love this man down there. They know what he's done to them.
He's getting crazy, actually.
Involved in the Grenada invasion, involved in the assault on the embassy in Tehran when they were trying to rescue the hostages, and the guy that patrolled the jungles of El Salvador. He knows what combat's all about, and he's got that attitude, he's got that determination, and he's not scared of anything, man.
Well, after you've been through that, what more is there to be scared of, Ted?
Well said, my friend. Ted Webb and Vince Torelli ringside. South Atlantic Wrestling, the finest in professional wrestling. Mike Rex landed Ranger Ross square on the back of his head and back.
Once, but not twice, Ted.
That's it. That's it. Coming down, trying to wear down the Ranger. I can assure you that boot camp was a little tougher than that, Mike.
Oh, yes.
These guys love pain. Watch yourself, Rex. Boom. How well do I know these?
He thought he was going to be there.
Ropes look a little loose there. I noticed that earlier.
Well, I tell you what, he's going to open up a can of worms here if he wants to play at Roughhouse with Ranger Ross, because Ross can go downtown with you.
Well, with Ranger, you know, in order to beat this, whoa, nice move. Nice move.
Oh, he got him with the kick. He's been finishing with these kicks.
Hooks the leg, 2, 3.
That is it.
That was beautiful.
Still got a little bit left still.
Ranger Ross is the winner.
Still gonna,
Referee Byron Richard raising his hand in victory as we take a look at the slow motion instant replay. Please describe the action as you see it now.
My pleasure. He shoots him into the ropes. He does a forward cartwheel. Rex leapfrogs him, and he just goes up and straight kick to the chin.
The kick looks solid.
Well, there you have it. Vince Torelli describing the action as Ranger Ross proves to be victorious. And I tell you what, it's been a tremendous program here tonight. I can tell you that the balance of power has been tilted at that with the addition of Luther D to the Stud Stable.
I can see it.
A move that, frankly, I am disturbed by, but I can understand. I saw the contract that was offered to Vince Torelli. Joining me right now, Paul Jones, Vince Torelli, my partner tonight, and War Eagle Chris Chavis. And gentlemen, I think that the balance of power has shifted here in South Atlantic Wrestling.
Well, you know, Ted, I want to let these men talk because I want to finish it up because I have something very important to tell the people.
He's letting them talk this week because I believe it was last week that he just he talked until there was like 20 seconds left. They didn't get any time to talk, and they were ready to talk.
Well, Ted, you know, the Stud Stable. I mean, what can you say about it? I mean, these guys are running around thinking they're controlling everything, thinking they're taking over the South Atlantic Wrestling. Like I said before, long ways before they do that. Again, I'm 100% behind Paul Jones, 100% behind Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And me and Vince, if these guys ever interfere, when Ricky and Paul Jones are gone,
coming out, should be this next Sunday. Ron Pillman video. Keep eyes out.
All you doing is running your mouth.
You're
And this
following
Indian's
everywhere.
definitely on the warpath.
You're doing
Nasty
this every
boys,
Sunday.
especially for you, and you too, Fuller.
Well, I can tell you
Two
one thing, Vince,
episodes
that all of
every
the
Sunday.
action will not be on the gridiron this year. It looks like wrestling in the North American Wrestling Association, South Atlantic Wrestling, is going to be in for its fair share of firepower.
Well, you know, Ted, I'm real disgusted with the stud stable. They come out here and humiliate all these fans. They come out here and talk a big talk. But let me tell you something. When you get in a ring with Paul Jones or Ricky Steamboat or anybody else, and any of you guys step in the ring that ain't supposed to be there, you can count on one thing. You can count on everybody else that's back there. Me, Chris
Fired up,
Weigel,
Shamrock.
Tavares,
Let's
Bo
go,
Reagan,
bud.
any of those guys, if you step in there, any of you guys not supposed to be in the stud stable, you can count on one thing. We're backing Ricky Steamboat and Paul Jones all the way to the hill. And let me tell you something, if I ever get a chance to get my hands on any of you, you better take notes.
KP, welcome.
You know, Ted, these two men right here are being modest. Not once did they mention their number one goal. They're not selfish men, but their number one goal is, and Fuller knows this, is that belt around your waist, Fuller. The top contenders for your belt are Ricky Steamboat, Chris Chavis, and Vince Torelli. And any given night, one of these men will be wearing that belt. Now, Ricky Steamboat has informed me anything I want, anything that he can do to make our team stronger, to fight fire with fire. And I'm talking about Matt Bourne, and I'm talking about Robert Fuller. If we need help, you heard these two men back here said they'll stand behind us. We don't need to pay them. We don't need to have them sign a contract. All we have is their support. And brother, with that, we're bringing it to every arena that we come to.
See you next week. Thank you for joining us.
One in the can this week. There we go, next week. September 20, excuse me, 22nd. Get my date fixed on the screen here. One more episode. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Appreciate it.
Welcome to South
Steamboat's on
Atlantic
commentary this week. When is our Steamboat match?
Fantastic card for you today, and joining me at ringside, the one, the only,
Colors
Ricky the Dragon
a little
Steamboat.
better
Steamer, we're in
Not as
for a
purple.
tremendous card today.
You know something, Ted? Thanks again for the introduction. You know, we got Curtis Thompson is going to be on this hour. The man that says that he delivers, and he's been doing nothing but delivering pinfalls 1, 2, 3 every time he's wrestling on television. The Nasty Boys, the heavyweight tag team
Lies! You said that last week.
champions are going to be with us today, but you know, as everybody knows, that the American Bulldogs are hot on their tail, and a very, very close friend of mine, and also a training partner at my gym, War Eagle Chris Chavis, is going to be wrestling this hour. It's going to be a great hour for all the wrestling fans.
And I know you hate for me to say this, but we've got our segment of
Dude,
Stud
I dug the
Stable,
beer,
which I'm
too.
sure you
That
look
dog.
forward
It
to
was a
weekly.
really
Well,
good
I
look for
didn't bring it up,
Steamboat.
but I knew that you would.
Let's
Only
turn
time
it
I've
over
ever
to our
seen
ring
it, if
announcer
I'm
and get
not
underway with some action.
Didn't he have a
with
mustache in
Fabian
his early
Fuentes.
career, like in the early days? Raw starting us out. In Maine last week, starting us out this week. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
This
Since he's
section is
going
one fall, making his way to
Be right
the
back.
ring, weighing 235 pounds from Acworth, Georgia.
Oh,
Here is
interesting arena this week. Look at Dan Grundy.
His opponent weighing 275 pounds from Greensboro. Here is Dan Grundy.
Well, I tell you, this is going to be an exciting match. And Ricky, at a time when the eyes are focused on the Middle East, and we all know what the Rangers are doing, sacrificing in the Saudi Arabian desert, it's certainly good to see a guy that has paid his dues in uniform, who's now doing his battling in the wrestling ring instead of out in the jungles of El Salvador or in Grenada or in the Iran rescue mission as Ranger Ross has. He's in there against a big guy, though, in Dan Grundy.
You know, everybody can see there's a big size and weight difference, but I'm sure Ranger Ross, with the skills that he's learned while he was in the service and while he was serving for our country, look right here, that once again that he will come on top. He's proven himself very well on television the last several weeks. I don't think he's suffered a loss.
Man, I'll tell you what, he just caught Grundy in the chin with a tremendous elbow, and now he's going into work. But you know, you gotta be careful with Dan Grundy. Here's a big, strong, tough guy who will bend the rules, break the rules when necessary to try to gain the advantage.
Well, everybody knows, I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of the wrestlers know that Big Dan Grundy is trying to make a mark for himself in this profession, that he has been around for a number of years, but he'd like to be out there every single weekend just rolling and tumbling with all the wrestlers. So he will take an unfair advantage of any wrestler that he meets in the ring, without a doubt.
Well, a victory over Ranger Ross today on national television would certainly enhance his ranking. Everybody wants to pull off that big upset victory on TV because they can parlay that into big money.
Without a doubt, you know, you have a lot of people that watch television. You have a lot of people that get involved with merchandising, product endorsements, commercial time. They see somebody that catches their eye and they've got a product in mind. A lot of the professional wrestlers throughout the last 3 or 4 years have been taking advantage of this and doing very well at it.
No doubt about it. And Ranger Ross firing away now, trying to turn the tide and get the advantage. Hooks the leg.
Too close to the ropes.
Too close to the ropes. Right. Ronnie Hanna, your referee, counting 2, but Grundy able to break out of it. Before the match, Ranger Ross was telling me to remind the fans at home to remember the Rangers that are in the Saudi Arabian desert. Still thinking of his buddies, Ricky.
You know, all day long, you hear it on the radio, you see it on TV. A lot of the people that here locally and also nationally that are getting involved in supporting our fighting forces over there, sending them gifts, sending them supplies, and doing whatever they can to help and show support coming from the United States.
No doubt about it. Ranger Ross and Dan Grundy. And we've got a great turnout out here today, folks, from the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club in the Mecklenburg Group Home. I'd like to welcome them on board.
Shouldn't have gotten his own.
Ranger Ross showing a little bit of his martial arts ability. Those side kicks to the midsection of Grundy are starting to take their toll. It's slowed the big man considerably. You can see the Ranger, I think for the first time during this match, is on top of things.
You know, you're a guy that resorts to the martial arts from time to time. And
looks like
how do you know when you got your guy hurt? How do you know when to go for that pinfall?
Well,
early 80s Portland.
You don't know exactly how hurt your opponent is. You may know that he is hurt and that he is down. You've got to go for a pinfall for the fact that you don't know that you might catch a pinfall at that time. So it's better to go for it than to stand around and watch the man get back up.
Well, I'll tell you what, Grundy right now a bit shaken after taking 10 shots straight to the head and then that savate kick to the midsection. Boom! Grundy.
That was a back fist right up next to the jaw.
1, 2, and Grundy barely, and I mean barely, powers out of that one, Rick. Ranger Ross, one of the most popular wrestlers in South Atlantic wrestling. I can tell you right now, when the mail starts coming in, you, War Eagle, the American Bulldogs, and this guy's right up there with you.
I love looking at the crowd also.
All the way from Virginia to Florida, Ranger Ross, Richie the Dragon Steamboat. I can't tell you how many fans are calling in for you.
Well, I do appreciate it. You know, over the years of professional wrestling.
Grundy. That's it. He's been finishing with that right there. Did he finish right with WCW? I don't.
6'5".
Ricky, he caught him square in the jaw.
That's right.
We're gonna
For him, I know that much.
a slow motion instant replay. And when we do, I want you to describe it. But that big foot from Ranger Ross found the target square on the side of the jaw, and Grundy still doesn't know what happened.
Here he comes. He's going to spin right around, come about 6'5" in the air. Boom! Right there on the side of the face. And that's all she wrote. Shows the flexibility of Ranger Ross.
Stick around. We've got lots more coming up.
He's a karate ninja military man.
The Stud Stable with the South Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, Robert Fuller. Don't go away.
Dude, that's right, Ashy.
Thank goodness,
You don't really see that
the
anymore.
program, the Stud Stable section, has come on. Well, today it's not going to be the same type of Stud Stable section. You're not going to see me out here with my guitar, and I know that's not a very good thing for you. You're not going to see all the boys out here with me.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, maybe every once in a while, but it's not like it used to be.
I want you to listen up very carefully. There's a reason that I bought this segment of the program.
This fucking backdrop here with the wood It looks like he's in a bar, and this is perfect.
Stud Stable segment is because a lot of things goes on in this company none of you people know about. Today, I'm going to enlighten you on a situation that took place that a lot of you are going to be very surprised. You have some heroes in here right now. I'm talking about guys like Paul Jones, Ricky Steamboat, Vince Torelli, that you just think are wonderful. But let me enlighten you on what kind of men these guys really are. And you wouldn't hear this had I not bought this segment of the television. That the Stud Stable sticks together. That every time you see one of us, you see all of us together. The reason why is because you see backstabbers. You see thieves in this company. You see people that would steal my belt rather than win it. You see people that'll back jump you and hit you with anything they can to try to highlight you. I got a next man I want to talk to you about, and rather than sit here talk, pictures better than 1,000 words. I want Matt Born to come out here right now. Look to bring now, would you? Matt, come out and join me.
Strap looks good on.
Should I have a look at a man right here that the other night in Spartanburg, myself and the Nasty Boys left the matches early. We left not knowing the devious people that involved in this company. Matt, coming out of the dressing room, tell him what happened.
Well, I want you to take a good look.
Look at his face. Get a close-up here on this man's face. Take a look at the stitches.
I'm not out here, Robert. I'm not out here to try to get any sympathy. What I do want is I want you people to know the truth. You people have these idols. You put these people up on pedestals
like
Ricky Steamboat, like Paul Jones and Vince Torelli.
Shit about your fucking face.
Now, Robert kind of told you briefly something that happened in Spartanburg, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Robert left early.
South Carolina. That's where I was born.
We usually leave together, but this particular night he left early.
I'll never leave you again.
I took a shower, packed my bag, walked out of the dressing room, and I caught a brief glimpse of Paul Jones. I looked to my right, and I saw Ricky Steamboat and Vince Torelli, and before I could even put my bag down, I had 2 bags in my hands. I caught a crowbar across my head, split my head open.
No.
Now, these are people that you put up on a pedestal. These are people that you idolize. Now, I would fight any one of these men.
I'm telling you right now that you are lying.
I would fight any one of these men.
Ricky Steamboat's over there.
One at a time, in the ring, or in a parking lot.
Remember, Fuller bought this style.
But I took a crowbar across the forehead, knocked me down,
Right?
laid me open. All I felt was a warm rush of blood coming down my face. I looked up, and I felt the chair across my back, and I felt boots kicking me all over the place. I woke up, and I looked at my watch, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was laying there. I crawled and pulled myself up on my car. I crawled in my car, and I drove away, and I vowed to myself. I looked in the rearview mirror, and I looked at myself, and I'm going to take care of it, and I'll take care of you.
Let me finish it. Luther, take him to the side. Come on back over here, Luther. Come on back over here. We're going to finish this up in just a second. Luther, something's going to be done about this. These guys are going to pay for what they did. Yeah. Ricky Steamboat's not going to be screaming from the background. You're going to be looking me in the face, boy. Paul Jones, you're going to pay for this. Vince Torelli, you had the opportunity of a lifetime to sign a contract for the greatest organization of all time, the Stud Stable. You didn't sign it. I'm going to tell you, boy, you're going to pay for it. Here's your opportunity to prove what kind of man you are, what the stable means to you. I want you to take Torelli out. How you feel about it, Luther?
I'll take him. I'll take him.
You'll
Give me
take
a
him
chance.
out?
I'll take him out.
Torelli, that's a challenge. We want you right now. We want you today. We're going to start with you, Torelli. We're going to put you
I'll
in
do
the
it fairly. I won't cheat.
Matt Bourne is looking like an angel when Luther gets done with you. Luther, do it and do it right.
Yeah, right, KP?
With this section.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring right now from Pembroke.
With a man, the cruel Paul Jones and Vince Torelli.
Cool connection.
In your darkest moment, subscribe to such action. I'm stunned. I really am stunned that he would make that allegation, knowing you like I have over the years.
This one was also.
You know something, Ted, that particular evening in Spartanburg, I wrestled fourth right after my match. There was an intermission, okay? There were several fans out back. Several fans that came out and spoke to me. I had my wife with me. I had my son with me. We signed some autographs. We took some pictures, and I left. Now, I would like to know how Maniac Matt Bourne comes up with this story.
A couple people
Paul Jones and Vince Torelli laid him open with a 2x4, and the three of us jumped him.
I have to say, Ricky, you don't have to explain to me. I know better than to even ask you if that had happened. But whoever got a hold of Matt Bourne did a thorough job.
Bourne was fucked up.
And speaking of a thorough job, if this cruel connection gets the Indian upset, he's going to know the meaning of a thorough job. Whoa! A tremendous body slam. This guy can go.
You know, I've been working out with Chris for the last couple of weeks at my gym, and without a doubt, that big man in the ring, that Indian, is pushing 11 heck out of me, because I'm sore every morning that I get up after a workout with him.
277 pounds, and it's all muscle, my friend. You can see that he does spend time in the gym, and he's on a mission. We spoke to him last week, and he says his mission right now is to win the South Atlantic.
Here comes Paul Jones. I'm sure he heard in the back what was going on and what they were saying on the monitor.
Ricky, did you hear that?
I was right there. I got up in their face.
Just let me tell you something. I
I got up in their face.
know you well enough, Ricky, and myself, and Vince Torelli.
Doesn't actually help your case. Ricky's like, I was about to fucking hit him with a pipe.
We're not going to jump him with a 2x4.
No, it's not Ricky.
Listen, we would love to see him in that
fun if Ricky
situation
did go
if we did it ourselves. And like I said, we wouldn't use a 2x4.
Take that kind of credit in the ring, sir.
Gentlemen, I am not an attorney, but it sounds to me what was done to you during that segment of Stud Stable is actionable. I believe that you could get a libel action against him, because those are serious allegations, my friend.
Ted, it looks like he ran into a Mack truck. I tell you one thing.
Come in here, therapy.
We'll get ours, and I guarantee you, if we can do it,
Just
and
got
when
trouble
we do
with
it,
some
Steve-O,
sexual harassment
we want the
stuff,
fans to see it.
We'll do it in the ring. We'll do it in front of everybody.
I think that's happened in
We
multiple
don't have to
times.
wait for anybody at the end of the night behind a building with a 2x4 and take advantage of somebody 3 against 1. That's not our style. The fans know that's not our track record. We don't work like that. We don't operate like that. We'll take
I doubt that's the real Cruel Connection.
Speaking of taking care of business, Chris Chavis, the War Eagle, giving the Cruel Connection all he wants with those big, around tomahawk chops into the turnbuckle. Whoa!
Ted, I want to make another statement, Fuller. I'll be glad to put Vince Torelli in a ring against Luther D. I'll have Vince Torelli ready next week.
Next week?
Next week,
Yeah,
he'll be
cool.
right
Get a
here.
little-
He'll be in the
little
ring. You
shot of
bring
the
that Luther
building.
D.
And they do have it draped or
I'll
like
tell you what, I would love
completely
to see something
draped
like
in
that arranged
like
sooner. I would love to see something like that arranged sooner. I think that the
Either
fans...
way.
Well, Paul, you think Vince Torelli's ready this hour?
It's a gymnasium?
I'll tell you one thing. All right.
Be a lot of
I'll
work to
have
do
Vince
with that.
Torelli in this hour.
All right. Challenge is answered. We'll have that on the program
be for,
today on
like,
South
the
Atlantic
future
Wrestling. We have
television
just been assured by Paul Jones that Vince Torelli will accept the challenge of Luther D today on this program. I can't
God,
wait.
another Luther D match,
We're gonna
yes.
just move out one of these matches, Ted.
We'll
have to move out a match and substitute
Boom.
Luther D and Vince Torelli.
Great power slam.
Let me show some of the strength of that Indian.
I'll tell you what.
Unbelievable how strong
War
he is.
Eagle going into that war dance, and we usually know that that means curtains. And I'll tell you, the Cruel Connection right now looks like he has been cruelly
Whoa, what a time.
I think
disconnected.
get taken out with that
Caught
Samoan
it coming
drop.
off the
I'll tell you
ropes.
that.
And now he's
Ah.
got him into that
Oh,
version
that
of that
shit.
reverse crucifix slam.
That's
Boom!
a dumb
By the
skid.
door, Katie. This one's over. This one belongs to the Indian War Eagle. Chris Davis. Ricky,
Interesting that part.
I've seen him perform.
It makes sense since Isley's working in the
and no one
territory.
does it better. Why don't you do it on our slow motion instant replay?
Well, you know something, Ted? You have to take a man that's got some strength behind him to be able to pick somebody up that's 230, 240 pounds. Use a lot of pressure, come across, and land, knock the wind out of him. And one thing here that Chris does remember, and that is to hook that leg, and cover that man, and hold him on tight, and get the 1, 2, 3 count. My friend, the Indian, the winner.
The Indian, the winner.
Brace yourself, Burlington, North Carolina, because
Oh,
the
yeah,
fur
here
will
we
fly
go.
Saturday,
Burlington. I've
October
watched some
6th at the
wrestling in
Burlington
Burlington
Athletic
now.
Stadium. 6 o'clock, War Eagle Chris Chavis, Vince Torelli, the U.S. male Curtis Thompson will be there, Maniac Matt Bourne, Burlington's own Don and Wally Kernodle will be there. They're featured on this 6-match card,
What are we doing?
highlighted by
Every
2 big main events.
Sunday night at 6 Eastern. So come through here and do this right here. Working on a brand new video, Brian Pillman video. Make sure you come through, check it out. Going to drop it next Sunday. Usually drop them about 4:45 Eastern time. Get ready. And, yeah, if you see that come through, check it out for sure.
You pumped up for this?
That's right, Ted. We can't wait. We've been wrestling them a long time, and we got to win them, and this is it. We're going to beat you. We're tag team specialists. Quickness, speed, and strength. We're ready.
Got to tell you something. That's a tough package you're going to be taking.
That's right, Ted. I could feel it in my bones. You know, I've been having sleepless nights, and now it's time to start sleeping because I can feel it in my bones. I think we're going to do it this time. Now it's time for all this hard work to pay off.
Well, let the big dogs eat. Don't forget, they're going to be taking on the Nasties, and a guy who's got his hands full, good friend of mine, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Tennessee Stud, on the menu again.
You know something, Ted? How can you believe that one evening on television, I was sitting right next to you, commentating with you, doing the color on the show, and there's Maniac Matt Bourne, Robert Fuller on the Stud Stable, coming up to almost like tears in his eyes, trying to win the sympathy over the people, telling everyone that me and Paul Jones
what
and
did
Vince
you
Curley
do,
jumped him
Ricky?
in Spartanburg,
What
South
did
Carolina.
you
After the
do?
matches were over, he walked out by himself. Poor Maniac
Who
Matt
believes
Bourne.
Ricky Steamboat?
One of them said he got hit in the head with a crowbar.
Hit
The other one
this
said it was a
motherfucker
chair.
in the head with a crowbar.
One of them said it
Who
was 46
believes
stitches.
that?
The other one said it was 32. On and on and on again. And I'm sure the people will see as this thing evolves, as each week goes on, that these two guys are going to have a hard time getting their act together. Well, I'll tell you something, Robert Fuller. When you come to Burlington, North Carolina on October the 6th, you better have your act together 100%. You better not be confused in that ring. Because every time that the Dragon has been in the ring with a championship match, and I don't pull all stops and I just let it all hang out and I start breathing that fire up and down your back, I'll come back with a 1-2
country coming out in this
I'll
one.
come back with the gold around my waist and come
I've
back
enjoyed
with these
Ricky
people
here,
in the
though.
Carolina.
Come by Fire departments, police departments. Are you tired of the same old fundraiser? Are you tired of cake sales, bake sales, yard sales? Well, now you can put the power of this television station and professional wrestling to work for you. That's right, America's #1 fundraiser.
Maybe next week
professional
left until
wrestling. Come to your hometown,
it's actually
sponsored
going
by
to
your
change
group or
into
organization.
South
And don't
Atlantic
worry, if you don't have the ability, you don't think you can promote it, we'll send someone in to help you.
Even on
To find out
screen,
more
I
details,
guess.
call 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, 704-362-2994. Don't miss it. Be there. This next contest is scheduled for one fall, weighing 220 pounds from Gilbert, South Carolina. Here is David Studemeyer.
Gilbert? He's my big. Gilbert up the road.
His opponent weighing 247 pounds from Charlotte. Here is the
Oh,
U.S.
shit.
male,
This fucking
Curtis
guy.
Thompson.
Curtis Thompson. Firebreaker chick.
Now, that here's a kid that has the world of promise.
Hate this
and,
guy.
you know, there was
He beat the hell out of a jobber.
from the
Was it
time
last
that,
week or the
he
week
left
before?
the Carolinas and had gone out into Canada and Portland. Those that have known him for a long time say we don't know what happened out there on that Pacific
See what we
Northwest.
get here. Oh, there you
Curtis
go.
Thompson is not the same Curtis Thompson. He has come back meaner. He has come
got
back
some skills.
ornery, cocky, in fact, in love with himself.
You know, Ted, everybody that did know Curtis Thompson 4 or 5 years ago, and like you said earlier, he went out and ventured around the world, around the North American continent, up to Canada and around, then came back a better wrestler. He is cocky. He does have a lot of confidence.
More aggressive, and you saw an example of that when he caught Studemeyer twice there. Catching Studemeyer coming off the ropes and going for a choke.
Now, you see something right there. I don't believe in that. If you want to pin the man, if you beat the man, if you think that you've got him beaten down, don't go for a cover 1, 2, and then lift him up by the, lift his head up by the hair. There's no need for that.
Ronnie Hanna cautioning the U.S.
Big
as he is called. Studemeyer caught coming off that rope. Counted
He don't
two,
like,
and
I was
there
about
is
to say,
Curtis lifting the head up
doesn't
again.
like to put the dudes
Shouldn't have to
away.
do that.
And I've talked to him.
Don't add insult to injury.
I have asked
Down,
him.
you're beaten.
Ricky, I've asked him. I've talked to him, and I've asked him why he resorts to the tactics, and he avoids it. He never addresses the question. Never addresses the question. Studemeyer's a veteran, been around for a while, and a good test. Great drop kick.
Right on the chin. You know something, Ted? You know, you would think that a guy on television would like to get out there and beat the man as quickly as possible. To get up there in his interviews and say, look, I've been beating my wrestlers, beating these guys in 1 minute and 30 seconds or 45 seconds, whatever. But then again, in the back of his mind, you know, in the back,
Damn, took his head off. That was sweet, actually. Watch that one again. That was pretty sweet. I'll go give him that one.
Back of his mind.
Boom, and just comes through.
You know, in the back.
Boom!
Great standing clothesline. Caught Stoudemire, who walked right into that one.
Right then and there, from watching Curtis Thompson the last several weeks, it tells you one thing. He likes to get out there and just punish these guys.
Well, he's got him up for
Guys, ended up making me
pile
laugh.
driver.
Oh, okay.
Right on the head.
That weird-ass pile
Hammered
driver.
him like a two-penny nail.
Colonel
One
De
finger,
Beers do
1,
that
2,
style
and
program?
3. And Curtis Thompson.
Not a fan of it, but that was pretty sweet.
Devastating
That was pretty
pile driver.
freaking cool.
Devastating pile driver
Oh,
on David Stoudemire. Ricky, let's take a look at this on the slow motion instant replay. You describe the action as you see it there and watch that head just pierce the canvas.
Well, you know, most of the times when you put a guy
Yeah,
out there
you're right,
in a
KP.
pile driver, you will sit
He's
back
winning me
on it.
over.
But right here, he jumps straight down to his knees. Wow.
Damn, that was
Head
pretty
goes
vicious,
straight
though.
down to the
Shit.
canvas. You got Curtis Thompson's body weight. You got Stoudemire's body weight.
Damn.
A one-finger count.
All right, he's
1,
been
2,
fun
3.
to watch the last couple
Not
of weeks.
only
Just because it
devastating,
is
but humiliating as well. Don't
vicious.
go away because we're going to nasticize you. The Nasty Boys
Matches.
and tag team action on South Atlantic
Beat
Wrestling
downs.
coming up next.
We got the Nasty Boys, David
Wrestling
Isley.
T-shirt, an autographed picture of your favorite South Atlantic wrestler, and with your membership card, you get $1 off
guys
any
are
South
ready to
Atlantic
go.
Pro Wrestling
We got a
event.
full-fledged
Send
promotion
$10
here,
plus
guys.
$2 shipping and handling to South Atlantic Pro Wrestling Fan
Pretty
Club,
cheap. Well,
PO
it's
Box
like
221269, Charlotte, North Carolina. Include your shirt size and your favorite wrestler.
These
Join
three,
today.
or these, the guys just some dude, but those three together, that's
This
awesome.
next contest
They're
is
the
scheduled
Nasties.
for one fall. Now making their way to the ring.
Yeah, these guys are
weighing
really good. They're about to
660
get
pounds.
teased.
Here are Sags and Knobs. They are
There can't be
Nasty
more
Boys.
cliff. I say this every week. Like, seriously. Oh, okay, yeah. Front forward pile driver. No, you're right. You're right. Oh, man.
Their opponents, first of all, weighing 240 pounds from Charlotte, David Isley. His partner weighing 240 pounds
got
from
the Batman
Cherokee Hills, North
shirt
Carolina, Jay Eagle.
Like he's gonna
David Isley and Jay Eagle
Jay
certainly
Eagle.
have
Jay
their
Eagle's gonna
hands
do
full
it.
with
What a
this pair from
mullet.
New York City, Ricky. They are rough, they're tough customers, nasty, vicious, and of course members of the stud stable, so you know the theory that they subscribe to.
You know,
Yeah, it's still a tag champ, so it's
the
straps
tag
on.
team within this
I'm pretty
organization.
sure.
You got the Bulldogs that are hot on their
Still
tails
a tag champ,
after those
sure.
championship tag team belts. David Isley and I'm sorry, the other young
Jay Eagle.
Jay Eagle. They've got their hands full with these two big characters from New York.
And so does referee Byron Richard, who's already trying to clear the ring so that only two men are in the ring at one time.
Shut up!
Well, it looks like David Isley will be in there against Knobs. And as always, they don't want to get into action right away. They'll circle the ring, taunt the audience. And there they go, collar and elbow. We're underway. Into the corner.
Break it up, come on.
Break it up, says Byron Richard. And, of course, the knobber. Completely oblivious to the instructions from the referee, powders away at David Isley. Isley with a fine maneuver. Great arm drag takedown. Another arm drag takedown. And the Nasty Boys right now know that they've got their hands full with David Isley. I like David Isley.
I like David too. He trains at my place. He works out very hard. He's been wrestling now for about 3 or 4 years. I think that the Nasty Boys at times try to rush things a little bit and underestimate some of the caliber of wrestling that will come into this organization and find out that these guys know how to wrestle. David Isley does know how to wrestle.
Yeah, I was watching the
when it gets hot and heavy and he needs to resort to it, he can go downtown as well. We've seen him in a couple of Pier 6 brawls.
Oh, the big man does a leapfrog. I can't believe it. Isley's there, though. Get that arm. Tag your partner in. That's what tag team is all about.
Well, they must have heard you. Into the ring comes Jay Eagle coming down on the arm. Sags in the ring right now. And working on that arm.
You know something, Jay, you can see there's a big height and weight difference here.
No doubt.
Got to give a lot of credit to Jay Eagle getting in there, going to try and give it 100% effort.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you're giving up the amount of weight that you're giving up and supposedly strength, you better be quick. And I know that Isley and Eagle can go the distance. They're pretty quick. But it's going to take, I think, a little bit more than that. They're going to have to be a little more aggressive if they hope to get a victory today on national TV over the Nasty Boys. Tag is made. Knobs back into the ring, pounding away on that shoulder of Jay Eagle.
You know what surprises me about Knobs is how quick a man weighing 300-plus pounds can move.
No doubt.
And this guy is in tremendous shape. Oh, good condition.
Did you see that reflex? Oh. I mean, that's called being on your feet there. Got rammed into the turnbuckle, and immediately the reaction was to kick that big foot up, and he did, and he caught Jay Eagle coming in.
I like them just because they're so damn stiff,
to the
man.
midsection. Jay Eagle is hurt, Ricky.
That's what I'm here
He's
for.
trying to clear those cobwebs right now. I believe he is hurt.
If he does get his head clear, the first thing that he should do is tag out.
Get into that other corner and say, Isley, help me out. Back into the turnbuckle, and that one
shit, he wasn't even ready for it.
300-plus pounds coming on the back in the forms of Knobs, who had made the tag, and that head rammed right into the middle of the canvas. Yeah, these guys will have you tasting so much canvas, you'll think that you're an artist. We've seen this one before. Power slam, followed from the cannonball top rope. The tag has been made, and the legal man in the ring right now is Sang.
I think we're going to see the end of the match coming up here shortly.
I tell you what, boom. Elbow on the chest, 300 and some odd pounds. Byron Richard flags it. 3. It is all over, and this one belongs to the Nasty Boys. The Nasty Boys victorious over the team of David Isley and Jay Eagle. Ricky, let's look at that in our slow motion instant replay. Describe the action as you see it.
Oh yeah, Rip Oliver. That's what everybody talking about. But Buddy Rose also. Any early Portland I've seen so fucking good.
It knocks the wind out of you and hurts your ribs real bad. The Nasty Boys, new tag team champions in this area and probably going to be around for a while.
The Burlington Athletic Stadium is the place to be Saturday night, October 6th, because War Eagle, Chris Chavis, Vince Torelli, the U.S. male Curtis Thompson, Maniac Matt Bourne, and Burlington's own Don and Wally Kernodle will be there. They're featured on this 6-match card highlighted by 2 big main events, starting with the Tag Championship on the line. The champs, the Nasty Boys, put their titles on the line against the challenge of the #1 contenders, the American Bulldogs. And then Ricky the Dragon Steamboat will take on the Tennessee stud, Robert Fuller. Vince Torelli.
Happy holidays either way.
To try to handle for anybody.
Hey, Vince Torelli, he can't touch me. It's just like my song says. You can't touch us, Vince Torelli. Hey,
this guy's
I'm going to beat you 1, 2, 3 right in the middle of the squared circle, and I'm going to have all those ladies coming after me. You know, you look at your body, you look at my body.
Look at his watch.
Well, let's take another look at it. Let's not look at your body. I want all women to look at me because I am the U.S. male, and I cover everything from head to toe. I'm 247 pounds of twisted steel, and ladies, I ain't nothing but sex appeal, and a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Curtis Thompson in love, definitely with himself. The stud, the Tennessee stud, Robert Fuller, and Matt Bourne. This promises to be an exciting night. You and the Dragon going toe-to-toe.
That's right. We're going toe-to-toe. Matt's going to be right there in my corner as an advisor, manager, whatever you want to call it.
Brutal looking.
Let me tell you a few things right now. I don't like a liar, and I don't like a thief. Let me tell you something, boy. All the things you said you're going to have, you're not going to have any of them. You're not going to win. Right? You're not going to get no gold. You're not going to make those people in Burlington happy people. When I get off an airplane in South Carolina and have to drive to Burlington, when I get there, I'm already sick. I'm mad. And when I get mad, Buster, that's when I get turned on. And you don't want me turned on, Steamboat, because you're not man enough, you Carolina fool, to stand hand-to-hand with the man from Tennessee, the Tennessee stud. Yeah. Matt Bourne right here was jumped by you. I don't care what you said. He was jumped by you and your cronies. I'm talking about Paul Jones. You're going to pay for every one of them. Torelli, Jones, they might as well all be there, Steamboat. I'm going to take you out high and mighty Tennessee style, punk.
Shamrock. It's going to be Shamrock and Luther D. Oh my God, Shamrock's awesome. Luther D is terrible. This should be fun. This should be a fun one. Oh my God, let me get him in the ring. Luther D got some new gear.
Here is Luther D.
Well,
this is the match that the stud, Robert Fuller, the South Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, had wanted. He said Luther D was going to go after Vince Torelli. We talked to Paul Jones and said, Paul, can we arrange that for the program? And they switched around a couple of matches, scrapped a couple of matches, and we've got it for you right now. Vince Torelli. Vince Torelli, accompanied by his confidant, his friend, his manager, Paul Jones, in the ring against Luther D. And I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but the Tennessee Stud and Paul Jones had quite a stare-off as Torelli entered the ring area.
You know, right now you can see the big difference in size, but Vince Torelli's track record, his background speaks for itself. I think Vince is going to have his hands full, but, you know, Luther's also going to have his hands full.
Well, I tell you what, Luther doesn't know what he just did. He just slapped Torelli. Let me tell you that Torelli's not just an outstanding wrestler, Ricky, but we know his background, a great all-around athlete, and a finalist in both the California and the national Badman competition. This guy can go downtown.
I doubt Shamrock can really just start
he resorts to wrestling because that's what he's in. He says that's what the marquee says is wrestling. But if you get him upset, that's like sticking your hand in a hornet's nest.
That's right.
And saying, "Here, kitty, kitty." You're going to see some outstanding wrestling moves during the course of this match. Torelli wearing the aqua pants, tights. What am I saying? Pants in there against Luther D in the purple. The referee for this event is Ronnie Hanna. And
this signal wasn't working, right?
To get out of hand here because we've got Paul Jones at ringside, we've got the Tennessee Stud at ringside, and both men drawing closer to each other. I don't know if you could see it there on the end of the camera. Right there at the edge of the screen, Paul Jones and the Tennessee Stud exchanging words. Luther's going to feel that he's a pretzel at some points in this matchup because Corelli will tie you up, twist you, he'll put you in, he'll make your body bend in ways you never knew it could.
Well, you know something, Ted, without a doubt, you see in Vince Torelli is certainly giving Luther one heck of a wrestling lesson.
No doubt about it. By the way,
if they start to mix it up and things get tough, that might be another story.
Torelli, who is a strong say no to drug advocate, visits quite a few of the high schools in the South Atlantic area, gives speeches all the time to Rotary clubs, really does his part to fight drugs, and so does the South Atlantic Wrestling Association. All you have to do if your group, civic group, is looking to do a fundraiser, get in touch with us, will you? We'll flip those numbers and addresses on the screen from time to time during the program, and we want you to give us the opportunity to show you just how much we want to help you fight drugs.
You know, from the sound of the bell, Ted, Vince Torelli has been on top of this particular match, giving Luther one heck of a wrestling lesson here. What a drop kick right on the chin.
Money, Vince Torelli. Vince Torelli.
Particular match, giving Luther one heck of a wrestling lesson here. What a drop kick on the chin.
Money, Vince Torelli. Vince Torelli caught well, I tell you, he caught him square on the jaw, and look at the legs on Torelli. You got to know that those drop kicks will take their toll over a period of time.
Hours and hours of running and training in the gym.
Vince Torelli looking that
there we go.
Does he have him? 1, 2, and
that's that.
Man,
oh no, to get up? Oh shit, I thought that was it.
There, and I might venture to say Ronnie Hanna may have even been a little slow with that third count.
Is that a 3?
The Stud now starting to
Shamrock say I'm just going to shoot him.
I don't think he's too happy with what's transpired so far, Rick.
This guy's going to retire.
You're right. Vince Torelli's been in the driver's seat since the opening bell, and that certainly is not making the Tennessee Stud Robert Fuller very happy.
Not at all. Not at all.
This match is kind of weird.
As a matter of fact, Luther hasn't shown me a thing yet.
No, sir, and I didn't know what the Stud had yelled at Luther D, but I can assure you that it wasn't very nice. This is not like coachly advice that he's giving Luther D there.
You know, for the first time during this match, you see Luther's on top of things. He's got Vince
Torelli.
Torelli's
Wrestling,
arm.
man. Wrestling's so weird.
Well, I can understand the Tennessee Stud, Ricky. We know what kind of a contract offer he had made Vince Torelli. Vince talked to you and told you about the numbers on that contract.
Right.
He signed Luther D to a very lucrative contract, and I don't think he's getting his money's worth out of Luther D. And he's very upset about it. Boom, elbow to the chest. Luther D falls.
Hey, in this day and age, you make a bad investment.
Luther's not the worst at selling.
I'll tell you right now, Luther D looks almost listless out there in the middle of the ring. And I tell you, the further this match goes along, the more you got to like Torelli, because he is certainly a superb athlete. Another drop kick.
One thing you got to say about Luther D, he's got a lot of staying power.
No doubt.
He keeps getting back up.
No doubt. There they go, Torelli. And the Tennessee stud Robert Fuller exchanging words. And I tell you, that's something Paul Jones doesn't want to see. Great suplex. 1, 2, and got that shoulder up at the count of 2.5.
What? I'm pretty sure, like, Shamrock's like,
doesn't want to see is Torelli being distracted.
Right? I mean, that was weird.
Instructs Vinny, you take care of what's happening in the ring. I'll guard the perimeter. Great hip lock takedown.
Yeah, Sleuthy, sweetheart, welcome in here.
Show, and Luther came walking out with the Tennessee stud. I was hoping. Oh, what a beautiful belly-to-belly suplex.
That does it.
There you go. Now give me that belly-to-belly one more time.
Oh, and Luther came walking out with the Tennessee stud. I was hoping.
Oh, man, that right there is. I mean, he's just been
that does it. That was the end of that.
killing
Luther didn't show me a thing. How about you? Not a thing at all, Ricky. I got to tell
best
you,
Luther match just because Shamrock beat
the
that hell out of
Tennessee
him.
stud is walking away in disgust. He is disgusted because he had promised.
He really does.
Right? Replay. You describe it.
Belly to belly. This is Vince Torelli's specialty. Way over high hip toss, waist lock.
Oh, I got to get through this one.
Their opponents, first of all, weighing 260 pounds from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, here is Buddy Kirk. His partner weighing 228 pounds from Pittsburgh, Trent Knight.
I like Trent Knight.
And his buddy Bubba Kirk taking on.
We're going to get is this the main, possibly? We got 7 minutes left. We got the Pitbulls, future Pitbulls.
What appeared to be the contract that he had signed with Luther D and thrown into the ring at about 100 pieces.
Killer match with Steamboat, I believe, last week, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, I was wondering what
If
was
anybody
going
missed
on
that
over
one,
there.
go back and check it out. I think it was on the second episode
the action,
of last week's show.
and somebody told me
Everyone's rocking mullets here in 90s.
Robert Fuller was tearing up the contract with Luther D.
I don't know if legally he could do that, so we'll be following that in the ring right now. Trent Knight. And this is Rex of the American Bulldogs. Referee for the cement is Byron Richard. The Bulldogs on a collision course with the Nasty Boys. They want that title, Riggy. I've spoken to Spike and Rex, and they said that they're on a mission. That's their goal. They're going to get it. They want it.
You know, it's just a matter of time before the Bulldogs learn the Nasty Boys, get their style down, get their way of habits down.
Yeah, KP, I bet old Fuller's going to be pissed.
You're going to come up with a win, and they will
It's
come
not going to be good.
with the tag championship.
Well, Trent Knight from Pittsburgh, the Steel City, 218 pounds, and this guy's a good wrestler as well.
Trent's been around for
They keep the stories rolling pretty well here.
Every time you see him in the ring, he goes up against one of the
Nothing
main
too
people. He's trying his hardest, giving his 110%.
You can only get better from
what is
testing
happening
the
is
best in
easy
the
to keep
business.
up
That's
with.
right. One of the things
Got
he's
good
going to learn
talent for the
is that
most
this
part.
is certainly no match. What a
Even when it's bad, it's enjoyable.
No match whatsoever.
To me.
Did you see him lift him up high over his head like a sack of potatoes?
What a show of strength.
These
Holly
Bulldogs
Berry,
are fluid,
get
too.
it.
You're going to see them tag in and out. There's the tag right now. No sooner we say it, they do it.
You know, they've done a lot of touring together. Wrestled in Japan, Australia, New Zealand, all around the world.
And in every port, they've picked up a little something that has helped their arsenal.
Well, it makes you a much better wrestler. You get to see other combinations and what other tag teams are doing in other parts of the world. Stuff that you may not think about or even see. Believe you me, you know, traveling around the country and around the world, it has its pluses and has its minuses.
Makes you tougher. Applying that pressure on that arm, Trent Knight. Notice the difference between two guys that wrestle together an awful lot, and then two guys that are wrestling maybe a couple of times a year together, as these two guys are. And you will see the difference in the fluidity, the way that they conduct themselves in the ring. It's almost a second nature. You know where your partner's at all times.
You know, that has to be to be a successful tag team. You had Trent Knight started that match that was in the match up until just recently. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs have been tagging in and out.
No doubt. Bubba Kirk in the ring right now against Spike into the ropes, and Byron Richard calling for the break. Boom! Great shoulder to the chest, going to come back, and this time, Trent Knight plants a knee to the back of Spike. Bulldog Spike hurt by that knee. Bubba Kirk right now. I'll tell you, there's another feather in the cap of Bubba Kirk and Trent Knight if they can upset the Bulldogs on national TV.
Without a doubt, it'll knock the rankings down a few steps for the Bulldogs.
And right now they are ranked number 1 in the South Atlantic Wrestling rankings. 1, 2, and he kicks out.
Yeah, this guy was fucking.
We have just been informed that next week, Curtis Thompson and Vince Torelli are going to meet in the main event. I can't wait to see that one. I cannot wait to see that one.
That's going to be a very exciting match without a doubt. Curtis Thompson has proved himself on television here every week that he's been here, up against Vince Torelli, who's also proved. It's going to be very interesting, the outcome of that match.
Well, we're got a little double teaming right now. And Spike and Rex right now have their hands full. Perhaps a little more of a challenge than I had expected from Trent Knight and Bubba Kirk. You know, sometimes when you are when you're ranked high and you got your eyes set on like the Nasty Boys, you tend sometimes to take the other opponents in your path a little lightly. And they may have done that with Trent Knight and Bubba Kirk.
You know, it does happen. Another thing, you might have had a match 2 or 3 nights earlier. You might have got a hip pointer. You might have stretched your back. You might have done something.
I'd like to see this guy have like a middleweight
A number of injuries come up in the course of
TV title.
The matches that you have throughout the month.
Well, he planted that boot square to the jaw of Trent Knight. Knight making the tag, and Bubba Kirk re-entering the ring right now. There's the tag, and Rex. Bulldog Rex into the ring, firing away Bubba Kirk. He's going to clear it out right now.
That was a well-needed tag also.
Oh, he had to. He got stunned, and now we know what's coming up now, my friend. There's that tremendous slam. There's that tremendous slam. And it's usually followed by that goal line stand. Here it goes.
Looks like a double thrust, a double clothesline of some sort.
Hook in the leg, that's it. This one belongs to the Bulldogs, Ricky. Let's
still got a couple minutes left. They like to go out on a promo.
Just showing the wrestling fans that these boys have been around. A lot of confidence is built up with the win on television such as this. You got one of the Bulldogs running over, slingshotting the other one into the chest, into the neck area. A double thrust,
rocking that mold. Nobody gonna tell no different.
Hooking the leg, a very smart
that stash combo. You kidding me?
Once again, keeping the #1 ranking and the winner of the match.
What do we got here?
It's an honor to have the mayor of the Queen City of Charlotte, the
mayor of Charlotte,
with us of South Atlantic Wrestling. And Mayor, we know that you are staunchly anti-drug, and that's why we asked you on the program today.
Ashley, thanks for hanging out.
This is about to
doing
something with you on September 30th at the Grady Cole Center. We're going to be hooking up and fighting drugs, something that is destroying the American cities now.
Wonderful. There cannot be enough people behind this effort. We've gotten to a point where it really is serious, and we're past the point of just glossing it over like we've been doing. So we really need to get the whole community involved, the whole city, the whole country. Everybody's got to get behind it, or we're not going to fight it.
And, of course, this is going to benefit Project Graduation. Tell us a little something about that.
Project Graduation is wonderful. It is an effort by the parents to give a drug-free, alcohol-free celebration at graduation time for all the high school children in this area. It's been very, very successful. It's always held out at Carowinds. It goes on all night. Wonderful time, and the kids enjoy it very much. And it shows that there is an alternative, which is what it's all about.
Parents for a drug-free youth, the city of Charlotte, South Atlantic Wrestling. How can people get involved right now, folks that are watching?
They can call to Parents for a Drug-Free Youth and volunteer their time and their energies to work on Project Graduation. It's all volunteer. Parents and others who are interested get behind it and really put the effort into it. And it's just another example of how if we all come together, we can make some progress.
Mayor Sue Myrick, I want to thank you for joining us on South Atlantic Wrestling today.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
All right. When we meet again next week, I got to tell you, Vince Torelli and Curtis Thompson are going to be going at it. And, Ricky, that promises to be a tremendous main event.
You know, everyone that have seen these two guys wrestle and every week, and they're coming through with an unblemished record, but there's got to be a winner, and we're going to see it here next week.
See you next week.
Boom. And then we would go into 20 next week. I think we'll end up in October. Oh, yeah, next week. So the last episode is actually labeled NAWA, September 29th, and then October 6th is labeled SAPW. So there we go. We'll see how that works out. Everyone, thank you all so much for coming through here. What's Holly saying? I was going to say lame, but I didn't do drugs at our graduation party. And we still had fun. Yeah, you know, they were going heavy here on the no drug use content. They did that last week. This was actually a lot lighter. Last week they did it for a long period of time. I'm waiting for the cops to come through with the DARE. Was DARE a thing yet in 90? Or was it just after? Well, this was great. Thank you all so much. Again, remember, every Sunday night, 6 Eastern, we do this right here. Watch 2 episodes currently of NAWA television. We're going to make it all the way through 1990. And again, I'm working on a brand new video, so keep an eye out. Next Sunday is when I'm shooting for it, and it is Christmas, so I don't know if I should be able to get this thing finished and have it ready for next Sunday, dropping about 4:45 Eastern time. And it is a Brian Pillman. I don't like to give away what's going on until I release it, but Brian Pillman is part of the content. So thank you all so much. This has been super freaking fun. I will see you guys next week. Boom. Let's go. Merry Christmas.